Okay, I am back again. I'm so sorry. Our internet died. So let me just change a few things. I'm back. I'm waiting for everyone to catch up that I'm back. But our internet has died. It's flashing red in the corner. So I'm changed over to my Telstra network now on my phone, off the internet in the home. So hopefully, yes, you're all back. Good. Yes, thank you for jumping back in. Our internet died. So I'm just getting everything now onto 4G on my mobile data. So fingers crossed it's all going to work. And yes, I can see that I'm back. Yay, thank you everyone for jumping back in. Chris, thank you for joining me. So, I was asking everyone how they were, and then we're just having a chit chat. What I was about to say was, for those who don't know me and are catching me for the first time, I'm Narelle Fasulo, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Brisbane, Australia. And my blog and my branding is Simply Stamping with Narelle. So if you Google that, you will find lots of information, lots of my posts, my blog, lots of images of cards I've made and things like that. So you can always find me quickly by typing that in, and I should pop up. Now, what I want to do today was show you a really cool background technique. Thank you for sharing, Karen. I deleted the first one because it was only like us chitty-chatting for a few minutes and there was nothing to really see. Oh, thank you, Jane. Oh, you're so sweet. All right, so now I'm going to turn you around and we're going to get crafting, because that's what you're all here for. And just a quick note, if you share my videos while I'm live, or even if you're watching the replay, then you go into the draw for a little prize. And I'm not going to tell you what the prize is, because I change them up all the time just to keep it exciting. Because if the same people keep winning, they don't want the same prize all the time, do they? No, so we have to add variety. So there'll be lots of things coming out to different people. You just need to share. What else do I want to go over? Now, I'll talk about the classes when I switch you around, okay? So I'm just going to turn you around and then we shall get crafting. So you'll see a lovely yellow screen while I flick you around, so we avoid any motion sickness. And let's see what we can see. I can see my coffee there that I need today because I'm really, really tired. Alright, and you'll see all the gump on the side of my desk. Oh, my desk looks like a bomb has exploded on it. Alright, so let's put some light on the subject. Oh, and my noisy chair as I sit down. I need a new chair. Okay, so this is what we're creating with today. The Happiness Surrounds Photopolymer Stamp Set. This is going to be available in November, and it's part of a whole snowflake showcase. I had to say that slowly, because say it too fast, it's a bit hard to get out. So let me just grab the other things in the set. And I seem to have lost the framelits. Oh no, they're out already. Okay, so this is part of a snowflake showcase limited edition, limited release set of products that are coming out in November. There's 2 stamp sets. Hey Karen, how are you? Thank you for dropping in, Lisa, and sharing. Morning, Sandy. So that's one stamp set in the showcase. This is the second stamp set in this showcase. I have trouble saying that. Really, really beautiful. This is Christmas themed, obviously. But I'm sure you could use things like this on other occasions. And then you've got a more general stamp set that still has sort of like a snowflake vibe, I guess. But is definitely for the rest of the year and not just for Christmas. I don't think there's actually a Christmas sentiment in this one. And these are the thinlets that go with them. Now, these thinlets, oh my goodness, they are gorgeous. They are something like $68 here in Australia, but look at all the thinlets that you get. Hang on, there's not only that pack, there's those ones too. Look at that. That is an amazing amount of thinlits that you get. And this one here, you've got like your outline that I haven't used because it's stuck to the paper and I can't get it off. Oh. And then you've got this one. It's the same with this one. You've got an outline and then a snowflake. So like if you look really carefully, there is a lot of dies in this pack. Really, really nice. And they're not just all snowflakes. So that's like a flower. So is that one. These ones here are like flowers. You've got leaves and berries. There's lots and lots of really cool dies in this set. So I actually have a snowflake showcase online class at the moment that you can register for. And there's 3 great class options in that class. So jump onto my blog, www.simplystampingwithnorelle.com, and there's an online classes menu option, and in there you'll see the snowflake showcase. Click on that and you'll get all the details of the class. So one of the options on the class is this stamp set and some embellishments. Another one is this stamp set and embellishments. I think that's right. And then there's also, for those 2 classes, you can add on the framelits if you like. Or there's what I call the mega bundle, which is everything. So you get the 2 stamp sets, the framelits, the beautiful vellum paper that is coming out with this as well, and the snowflake trinkets. So there's lots of variety of classes in there and something for everyone's budget. Whoops, that's stuck to the bottom. So today I thought it'd be fun to stamp with this set. I have done something with this before live online, so I thought now let's give this one a run. And I wanted to test a new technique that I had seen and had heard about. This is really, really cool. Now I was just testing out some colors last night, so I don't really like this color combination that great, but I guess if you could put something in the middle there, like a sentiment on a label or something, and it wouldn't be so, I don't know, I think this is a bit gary, these 2 together, but that's just me. This is our glossy white cardstock. Okay, so it comes in your normal, like your A4 sheets. And all you do is run your ink pads across the cardstock. So I'm going to show you how I did this one. But this one I've embossed, but I was actually trying a different technique first that didn't quite work, so then I changed it up. So when I redo it today, it will look a little bit different, the embossed areas, okay? So this one was a second go at a technique that didn't work, so that's why it's going to look a little bit different. But let's get on and get happening. First thing you're going to do is emboss on with clear embossing powder on your glossy cardstock. Now I'm just looking for a scrap bit of paper that I must have thrown out last night. Let me grab another one. Okay, so I just like to have a bit of glossy paper, a bit of scrap paper ready for when I'm going to tip my embossing powder on. So as always, when embossing, you use your embossing buddy. This is nothing new. Now I don't know how it works with the glossy paper, so but I do it anyway just to be sure. You're just going to basically grab your stamps, and you're not going to see where you're stamping them necessarily because it's clear. So you're just going to stamp, and then I just lift it up to the light occasionally to make sure that I sort of have it so I sort of know where it is when I'm putting the next lot of stamps on. Now because this is glossy cardstock, your stamps will have a tendency when you stamp them to want to slip. So you may not always get, you may not always get a perfect stamped image unless you're really careful with your down and your up so that it doesn't slip. Now I can see where that flower is, so I just want to add a leaf there. Oops. And there's the mark sticky, so yes, it will stick to the cardstock, your stamps. Now, I really have no idea what pattern I'm doing. I'm just randomly stamping, okay? So did you all get some lovely stamps from the sale yesterday? You won't believe what I did. I had my long list. I showed you all yesterday my long list of stamps I was going to get. And then I thought, oh, I'll do that later. After dinner, I'll put them in. Hadn't done it all day. And then I forgot, because I am new to Queensland. Oh, I'm going to not be able to say that anymore. It's 10 months nearly. Anyway, I am new to Queensland. So I did forget the time difference, didn't I? And I went to put mine in, and it wasn't midnight here yet, but of course it was midnight in New South Wales, and all the stamp sets had gone back to their normal price. Oh, I was so annoyed with myself. So not fair. So I missed out on some really good bargains. Alright, that's enough stamping, I think. I really don't know where they all are stamped, so we just gotta wing it and hope for the best. Right, now you're just going to cover it with clear embossing powder. Be generous with it, because you can always pour it back into the pot. So I start with one end, make sure I get it across really, really liberally. Scatter the rest, and then when I tip it up, whatever I've put at that top there will come down the card face and cover everything else on there. Because otherwise, if I try to spread it over the whole thing, I will put it too thinly in areas and it won't all be covered. So I'm pretty happy with that. That looks pretty good in the light. We pour this back in the pot, trying not to spill the pot or tip the paper so it ends up all over me and the floor. But I always seem to get a bit on my work surface, no matter how careful I am. Now we're just going to heat emboss that. It's going to get a bit noisy. Now you won't be able to see much here because it's like white on white. Did I cost you a fortune, Rails, yesterday reminding you of the sale? Well, I'm glad someone bought something. I was so annoyed with myself. But I guess I saved some money, hey? Yeah, and that is a bit annoying if you live in different states, and particularly if you're in Western Australia, like in daylight savings time, they are like 3 hours behind us. So it's like 9 PM their time. They have to be so much more organised. But it never used to worry me before because I lived in New South Wales. But now it's just frustrating. But I've learnt my lesson. And now I have learnt not to wait till the last minute to get my orders in. Alright, so that is all melted now. So if I hold this up to light, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but you can see how it's all... Yes, I did forget rails. I left it till, I don't know if you can see that. I left it till after midnight in New South Wales. It was like 11 o'clock, 11:10 or something in Queensland. And I thought, oh, I must do that order. And I logged in and I got all this message, all these stamps were red. And I'm going, oh, what is going on? And I went, oh no, it's already midnight in New South Wales. Silly me, I did forget. But I'm sorry to my Queensland customers because I was leading you up the garden path, telling you had till midnight Queensland time. That was a bit wrong. Alright, so now we have embossed that. This, sorry, on this I've used the two colours of Calypso Coral and Old Olive. Now I want you all to let me know what colours to use on this. I want 3 colours that are going to sort of blend together. So while you are typing in your suggestions, I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. Any suggestions? I might pick, what do we got? Are we all still there? Anyone got any ideas? What colours should I use? Should I go yellow, orange tones? Or like purple, blue tones? Or like a Coastal Cabana and your Bermuda Bay type of tones? Old Olive and Pineapple Punch. That's different. I want ones that sort of go blend together. Sorry, Chris, but I wanted, I don't know. We got too many beautiful colours to pick from. Highland Heather. Yeah, I know. I always go for that one, hey. Do you want purple, blue, purple? Okay. Alright, let's go Highland Heather. Balmy Blue. Right, what's the third one? It's going to blend with them. Hello, Margaret. Thanks for jumping in. Oh, Old Olive and Lemon Lime Twist. That's a good one, Chris. I shall try that one next. Because I've got another idea you can do with this background by stamping over the top. So, what else goes with these? Coastal Cabana, maybe? Do you think? Bermuda might be a bit dark. Hey, let's go with Coastal Cabana. So, these three. Alright, let's give it a go. So, all you're going to do is grab your ink pad and you're simply going to swipe it across your cardstock. It's not a very hard technique. Now, choose this end because there's less of your stamp pad this end than that end. And all you're going to do, and I chose 3 colours because I want like 1 colour in the middle and 2 either end. So it's going to make a mess of your work surface. Make sure you have something protecting your work surface because you're going to start off your paper and drag it across. So you sort of angle it a little bit, see, and you just drag across. Oh, pretty. Alright, grab a tissue. It does dry pretty quick on this paper, so now I've said that, I'll probably wipe it off. I'm going to wipe over. I probably should do that when I'm finished, actually, because I want the colours to blend where they meet. Hey, Catherine, how are you? I don't think I've seen you on here before. Thank you for joining me. And if you share, you've shared already. Good job. So you go into the drawer for a little prize. So now you get your next colour, and it doesn't matter if they overlap each other, which mine didn't, so let's try that again. There we go. Belinda, hello. I haven't seen you on here before. Thank you for joining me from Musselbrook. Oh, I know Musselbrook. I was New South Wales born and bred. Now I live in sunny Queensland. Perfect one day, stinking hot the next. Oh dear. Alright, so our third colour down the bottom. Oh, look at that. That is so pretty. Right, when it is dry a little bit, go over it with a tissue and you're going to blend it. Don't wait till it's completely dry. Like, I guess I probably waited too long for that middle bit. But you want to take the ink off your embossing. And it also blends out some of the streakiness if you don't let it dry too long. How cool is this? I really like this. Yes, it is, isn't it, Kathy? And apparently this week is going to be really hot on Friday and warm over the weekend. It's quite warm today. I've got the air on already because I'm a bit of a wuss. But we had our first swim in the pool yesterday afternoon for this summer, even though it's not summer yet. I really like this. That is pretty, pretty, pretty. Alright, so there's one technique you can do with this background. Now let's do another one. And you can actually stamp over it. So let's do it this way, and I want to do the green and the blue because I think I have the perfect stamp set to stamp over the top. It's cool in Melbourne, is it, Margaret? Wow, your mum lives up on the Gold Coast. Cool. 15, Shirley. Oh, Lord, where are you? That's like winter. Alright, so I've just put the Balmy Blue at the top and I'm going for the Coastal Cabana at the bottom. Oops, missed a bit. Let me see if I can blend that in. Yep, beautiful. That'll do. Geelong, Shirley. Oh, so I better pack a few warmer clothes if I'm coming down to Melbourne next week. Holy dolly. Okay then. Wasn't thinking warm clothes at all. Maybe I should now. Gosh. Well, that's just thrown my packing plans out of whack. So we're coming down to Melbourne next Thursday. 16 in Tassie, Michelle. Oh my God, I hope that's not coming up here. We're going to have like 35 on Friday. And you guys have got like 15, 16. How can one country have such variances in temperature? That's ridiculous. Alright, so now we're going to stamp over the top of that. Give me 1 second while I get... Yeah, Jen, no worries. While I go get the stamp set I'm going to use. I'm thinking that something solid, like black silhouette on that would look really good. Like the Lighthouse stamp set. But let me see. Hang on a minute. I'm not going to be able to find it quickly, am I? So bear with me while I look through, scan all my shelf of stamps, and I'm not finding it. So I found another one. That might do. Here we go. Rooted in Nature. That'll do. Let's put some trees on there. Karen, you're from Newcastle. Cool. Yes, Michelle, you do live in the Arctic region. Yep. Yes, Belinda and Karen, your virtual neighbours. That's right. Land and sky. Exactly. That's what I was trying to, yes. Well, I was sort of going for water, but it didn't work out. So we'll go trees instead. Well, it sort of could if I turned it water. Just gonna... This tree could be on the water's edge though. Sandy, yes, I am going to on stage in Melbourne. And my first centre stage, woohoo. For those who don't know, centre stage is for Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. So we've got our on stage, which is what we call a new term for our convention, basically. So you get hundreds of Stampin' Up! Demonstrators together in the one place, and we do training and all sorts of stuff. And then centre stage is the night before, and it's a dinner for leaders. So you've got to be at a certain level, and you get to go to dinner, get spoiled, and get additional training. And this is going to be my first centre stage, so I am really, really excited about that. And would you believe I was asked to get up and speak it on stage? At centre stage, and I chickened out. That's really bad, isn't it? I go, well, I've got nothing new to teach people that don't already know. Alright, so let's try and do... No, let's just try and put a tree on here. I don't know how this is going to come out because I don't know how well I inked this stamp because I was talking at the time, so you know. Concentration wasn't paramount to what I was doing. But there you go. How cool is that? Oh, that's really nice. I have no sentiment in that set, so now I'm going to have to find another set that's got a sentiment. And then you could just mount this. Actually, I might not bother. We will do another one in different colours. I'm going to add to that. I might put, I'll find something else, like maybe grass or something to put on there and a sentiment. And I'll make that in a card. It will appear on my blog, no doubt, or on my Facebook page. So what else can we do? Give me a theme for this one. Colours and type of stamp to use. Yes, Sandy, we finally get to meet. I really love this on the glossy paper. A little dog stamp under the tree. Yes, I have a little dog stamp. I will dig him out. Great suggestion, Belinda. All right, Christmas theme, Margaret. All right, I just happen to have some Christmas stamps on my desk. I was thinking, what colours should I do? Let's do Old Olive or red. Should I do red? Yes, Rails, we get to meet. Woohoo, won't that be fun? We get to catch up with all the cool people. It'll be good. You're already almost ready to place your order, Anne. Oh my gosh, you should have warned me, but I'm sitting down. It's okay. No, I'm only joking. Whenever you're ready, Anne. No rush. No rush at all from me. So I'm just winging it here. Let's do a rich red up the top. And I'm actually going to try and blend that before I put the green on. It dries very fast, this ink, so you've got to be quick if you want to get the streaks out of it. And maybe if I go over it a second time, I wouldn't get streaks. But I haven't perfected this technique. If you hadn't noticed, I only just recently came across it, so it's really fun to play with. Yes, that's Mary Merlot, that red that I have just used. 6 weeks and counting. I'm not counting, Anne. You're the one who's counting. Waterfront to finish off the tree card. Great suggestion, Chris. So, I have a challenge for you all. How about you all try this technique, join my Simply Stamping group and share your cards on the group. That would be really cool because you all have wonderful ideas and I'm sure you're all very talented stampers. So I challenge you all, make a card using this technique and join my Simply Stamping group and share it in the group because we would all love to see it. Oh, and look, I've got green ink all over me. Right, now I have to get creative and cover that up. Huh? Yes, you're inspired, Belinda. Excellent. And that's what crafting's about. Getting everyone crafting because it's a fantastic pastime. You forget all your worries and your woes in your world and you just, you know, let your imagination run wild. And I'm making a mess of this. I've got a fingerprint here and a stain up there. Jeez. But at least I have a pretty workspace now. Look at that. That's pretty. So now we need some Christmas stamps on here. I've got Dashing Deer out on my desk, so I should use that. Shouldn't I? Let me find that big deer because he's so nice. And let's do him in black. Now I don't know how you would go colouring like with coloured stamps on a background like this. I guess it'd have to be a really dark colour against what background you have. So I'm going to stick to the black stamping. Alright, we're going to put him over here. And because it is glossy cardstock, don't be hasty with your stamping. Give it time to stamp and don't wiggle. So you don't want to, because it's going to want to slip when you stamp because it's glossy. It's not a porous surface, okay? So when you go to stamp, it's going to want to slip. So be really careful when you're stamping. And try to resist the urge to be too quick and down and up because that's when you're going to probably slip. Right, I want to cover up my mess up here in the corner. Does it have to be glossy? For this technique to work, the swiping across of the ink pad, probably yes. You can try it on normal paper and see how it goes. Actually, I've got normal Whisper White on my desk. We shall try that. But I think it was designed to work with the glossy paper, or someone came up with this technique with the glossy paper. Not really sure how it would go on plain. But let's test it, hey? It's not going to know unless we do it. Right, I'm going to leave that card like that because I'm going to add more things to it. I'm going to put a sentiment or something over here to cover up my splodges. Yes, I could emboss over that. You'd have to use a Stamparatus to stamp with and then clear emboss over the top. Ink dries too quickly though on here for you to use clear embossing powder over this ink. So you'd have to use Versamark because some of this I can see is dry already, but other parts are wet, and that means your embossing powder is going to stick to some bits and not others, and you won't get an even embossed finish. So if you want to emboss over the top, then yeah, use your Stamparatus. So you stamp with the colour or the black, then over the top with the Versamark, and then your embossing powder. So that would work brilliant. Now we're going to test on plain white cardstock, weren't we? So let me grab some. Oh, and I've covered up my little sign. Don't forget, I always have my shop link up here. So if you are inspired to create with something you don't have that I have shown you, you can, everything I use, you can purchase at my shop there. And it gets shipped direct from the warehouse to you. And orders take normally 2 days to be picked in the warehouse and then shipped to you. And depending where you are in Australia and how quick Australia Post want to be, you can order, for example, on a Monday and have it sort of by Thursday that week. If you're in Western Australia, unfortunately, it takes like a week and a half Australia Post to get things to you. So if you are ordering from there, just be aware that your things will take a little bit longer. Queensland, I have to get used to them taking a little bit longer in Queensland because when I was in Sydney, I was like only a couple of hours from the warehouse. So I would order, and sometimes if I ordered early enough in the morning, I'd get the things the next day or at least the day after. And I so have to get used to not having that service up here. But, you know, in time, it will become second nature and it won't be a problem. Alright, so let's try this on plain white cardstock because Belinda asked that question. She doesn't have any glossy cardstock. So we will see if it works on normal plain white cardstock. Don't get you started on Australia Post, Belinda. Yeah. 10 days to Tassie, Michelle. Yeah. I was very spoilt in Sydney. I didn't realise when I was there how, whoops, that wasn't even, how lucky I was. Alright, it doesn't go on as well on your plain cardstock, but I was using the wrong end of the thing. So let's try that again. See, I was using this end, which is a big of a gap there than this end. So I'm going to turn that over and try that again. And it sort of works, except I keep lifting the ink pad, obviously. Doesn't work as well, but you could get it to work, Belinda. You just have to be maybe a little bit more, what's the word? Better at covering where you've got splotches, unless you want that look. It still will work with practice. And you can see on your ink pad, just be aware that you may need to re-ink your ink pad after this technique because it does take a bit of ink off the ink pad. You can see, hopefully you can see in the light there where I have used this end quite a bit and now it's a lot paler than the middle, and that's where I use the other end. So you will need, I'll bring that up so you can see it a bit better. Look at all that cat hair on my ink pad. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so just be aware you'll probably need your re-inkers. So if you don't have them, jump online and grab your re-inkers because you'll need them after this technique. 3 weeks to get your last order, Rails. Oh my gosh, did it go by New Zealand and back again? That's pretty bad. Australia Post, goodness me. Alright, so this one I'm just going to finish off with Coastal Cabana down the bottom. Now I can feel this is like a really damp now, this bit of paper, because I've done both sides. But yeah, I like that. Actually, it's a really smooth finish, isn't it? That's really cool. So let's Coastal Cabana the bottom half of this. Is that the right side? That side's better. So I guess if you go slow, even pressure, no, I still keep getting that. Why is that? I think maybe because the ink is less on that section. I've got to press harder. There we go. Look at that. That is actually quite cool. It sort of works. Alright, thank you everyone. I'm going to leave it there today. I'm going to finish these cards and create something with them. I'm going to pop them up probably in the group and on my Facebook page. So jump on the group if you're not already a member. It's just called Simply Stamping. I will put the link up to the group when I edit this video. So at the top of this video, in probably half an hour or so, there will be the link to the group. Jump in and ask to join, and I'll add you straight away, and then share your creations. So we love sharing in that group. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this technique. Have a lovely day. Don't forget, I forgot to mention my classes. Sorry. Don't forget the Dashing Deer class. Here's a quick sneak peek of one of the projects that we are doing in the Dashing Deer online class. Let me just move these out of the way. So this is why Dashing Deer is on my desk. So there's one project from the Dashing Deer online class. I'll show you another one from the Making Christmas Bright class as well. Both of these online classes, registration open till the 31st of October. So there's one from the Making Christmas Bright, and what you get in the online class is project kits for 8 projects. You get the product. So in the Making Christmas Bright, you get the stamp set and the punch. Then you get 8 project kits. Everything is pre-cut, ready for you to stamp and assemble, and you get full color instructions with that. The Dashing Deer online class, again, you get the stamp set. You don't get the framelets, but it's an add-on. You can add the framelets if you wish. And again, you get 8 projects, the product and the pre-cut kits ready for you to assemble, and the full color instructions. So jump onto those online classes. I also have the Snowflake Showcase one on there. I'm about to release a mega Santa's Workshop online class, which is going to have 20 projects in it. So make sure you jump on and check that one out. It should be up in the next few days. If you have any questions at all, don't be afraid to contact me and ask me anything. My shop is there, and my blog is simplystampingwithnorelle.com. Thank you for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I hope to see you back here tomorrow at 11. Catch you then. Bye bye.